set it up for you. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Gate City 14, Wise Central 14. And they've got the ball 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line. Gate City going left to right. DeAndre Mack is in at quarterback.
One wide receiver, 3-back set. Handoff, try to bring it outside, nothing doing. That was number 10, Luke Reed on the carry. Little bit slow to get up. He got planted there, Joe. Looks like he picked up about one. Clock continues to run. 47 seconds to go in the game.
Just one timeout left for the Blue Devils. See if they can do anything with it. As 2nd down and 9 on the 49.
Sally back in the game. Draws back looking to pass. Pass is complete to number 12, DeAndre Mack. He gets out of bounds. Clock stops. 1st down. Joe, Gate City's not been afraid to throw the deep ball this season. Are they setting up for that, do you think?
You know, it would be fitting that as many times as they've thrown it and not completed it, that they would actually do that here.
Well, it's first down on the 41-yard line, 32 seconds to go in the game.
Again, they're playing with a deep safety, and they've also, they've got that one deep safety playing about 10 yards off.
Mack in the shotgun.
Flag on the play.
And flag on the play.
Going to be a legal shift, legal motion. The official will.
Ball starts.
He may be
Against Gate City.
He may be getting tired. The official may be getting tired.
That was a little lackadaisical.
Exactly.
But, Joe, 5 yards here can be huge with 30.7 seconds to go in the game.
You know, and of course, Levi Roten has shown in warm-ups he could hit. Of course, like I said, he just missed that one from the 30 yards out. So
yeah, plenty of distance, just a little off on the side. So keep that in mind. We need about 30 yards to get in the field goal range here. Back in shotgun formation. Being pressured. Pass gets off, out of bounds. Sally had the receiver. He was feeling the pressure. He had to unload quickly. 26 seconds to go. That was actually a pretty smart pass. He threw it where it would either be caught or be out of bounds. Unfortunately, it went out of bounds, but it could have been much, much worse there.
And with the time that's remaining on the clock, and they do still have the one timeout, so the whole field is open. They can throw something across the middle if they need to, but of course we'd love to be able to catch it and get out of bounds.
Looks like Sally's going under center. 2 wide receivers on the right side, on the long side of the field. 2 backs. Sally drops back, being pressured. Breaks loose. He is brought down after about a 2-yard pickup. 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 13. I'm not sure why we're not calling timeout, Joe.
If they're going to clock it, that's
9 seconds.
It's 3rd down.
7 seconds. And he clocks it. It grounds the ball. Sally does the incomplete pass, stops it with 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's ate up a lot of time there. Of course, with it being 3rd down, now that's got us 4. We've got to pick up the, there's 6 seconds. There's not enough time to pick up the 1st down and call timeout. It's pretty much going to be
all or nothing here.
All or nothing. As Wise Central, they have 2 timeouts. They're going to call one here. 6.3 seconds left. Gate City 14, Wise Central 14.
I think this, if you're Wise Central's defensive coordinator, it's pretty simple right here.
Yep.
You put everybody back and don't let anybody past you.
Exactly. You play at least, and of course the big thing is the game cannot end on a defensive penalty.
That is correct.
So a pass interference call, that's another thing you've got to be worried about, and tell them, hey guys, do not interfere, but don't let anybody behind you. Probably what I would do, again, if I was back on the sideline, I'd go to a shell with 3 deep. I'd have 1 about the goal line, 2 about the 5-yard line, and you play a couple, probably about the 20, 25, and then you rush 2 or 3 here just to see what.
I was going to ask you if you would try to put pressure on the quarterback to maybe make a mistake here. Looks like they're going to rush 4.
Yeah. I took one of my safeties and brought it back.
Well, let's hope that bites him. Here we go, folks. Sally back. He makes a pass to number 10, Reed. Reed breaks through, brought down on the 23-yard line as time expires. Looks like we get a little free football on a Thursday night.
Way to end it.
With an hour-long drive back home.
No, not too bad. Not too bad. So,
Joe, if we pull out a win, it's worth it.
exactly. Yeah, I'd love to see, especially for the kids. We'll stay here all night if we need to. Well, you won't probably because you'll be.
Well, since I rode with you, I'm here as long as you are.
So, anybody, if there's Uber or Lyft, Mr. Carr may be calling on you here for it. A couple of scores. Hampton has extended their lead over Cosby. They cut it down to 9-point lead. It's Hampton's big now, 43-11. That ball game getting late in the fourth quarter. John Battle extending their lead over Lehigh, 20-7. As we mentioned earlier, again, Greenville has closed out East, 61-3. As we've looked at a few other scores, Boone, Cherokee's fought back, 28-15. Again, that ball game now into the fourth quarter. Virginia High extended their lead. Marion is back has got on the board, 20-6. Again, Davy Crockett now up 37-7 over Morristown. A few penalties in that ball game. There was 3 unsportsmanlike conduct on one play alone, so that ball game getting a little bit chippy, as they would say, down the road.
Chippy.
So, all right. So we've got overtime here in the state of Virginia. The way it works is this: each team's got one possession. They get the ball as first down and goal on the 10, and you play it from there. So you got 4 opportunities to score. Of course, if you get a field goal and the other team gets a field goal, you flip-flop against the turn you go. Of course, you always want to do, if you get it, you always want to go second, let the other team have the ball first, see what happens. Of course, that way you know what you would need in terms of scoring. So
the last time I was out of the press box, I didn't really notice any wind blowing. I'm not sure. This field is open on both ends. I'm really not sure there'd be an advantage to going one way or the other. Let's see. The referees are explaining the coin again. Here's the toss. And it takes 3 of them to look at it. And it would appear that Y Central has won the coin toss. I can't imagine them not letting Gate City go first. We'll wait for the official word here. They're looking towards the Gate City sidelines.
Now, in terms of sight view, the scoreboard is behind the field goal post to our right. Now, of course, that didn't throw us off, I think, from the first time. But anyway, looks like AC will go in that direction, though, as it is first down and goal. Again, Gate City gets the ball first. They've got 4 opportunities to score. Of course, it's just like a regular game at this point. Turnover, of course, flips over. You can score a defensive touchdown in overtime.
What about timeouts, Joe? Each team get one, I would assume?
Each team gets one.
Okay.
If that's still correct.
There could be some advantages to going first. If Gate City scores, that puts all the pressure on Y Central. Looks like we're going to talk about it.
Of course, that also gives them, let's say if we score a touchdown, that gives them 4 downs to score because they know exactly what they've got.
All right, looks like Gate City's going to Sally and quarterback. He hands off to Blanton. Blanton around the end, down to the 2-yard line. Joe, that was a really good way to open up overtime. Picked up 8 yards on that sweep around to the left side.
And fatigue will start to play a factor here because, again, a lot of these guys...
Are you talking about the broadcasters or the football team?
A little bit of both. But, again, we talk about both. A lot of these guys, for each team, goes both ways. Of course, the advantage for Gate City's offensive line, you take about Stapleton and Calhoun up front. Looks like they're loading the box to the left-hand side.
Sally under center. Handoff goes to Blanton. Around the end, into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
1-yard plunge. Now, question, do you kick it or do you go for 2?
I'm going to defer to the expert on that. You've been in this situation at the high school level. I've only been in this situation at the middle school level. What would you do, Joe?
Oh, my goodness. Well-
Middle school level, most of the time we go for 2 anyway.
Right. Depends on how comfortable I felt if I've showed the 2-point plays during the game.
Looks like Gay City's going to kick. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. In overtime, Gay City retakes the lead, 21-14.
Okay, so now Y Central gets the ball. A field goal doesn't do them any good. They've got to score a touchdown, and they've got to get the extra point. Now, of course, also one thing, if I was on Y Central staff, the 2-point play. Do you go for 2 if you score?
I was just thinking about that.
That's
why they make the big bucks, to make those decisions.
If I've got the play in my pocket, again, this is for the playoffs for Y Central. A loss eliminates them mathematically. So they've got to have this ball game.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't come to that decision. We stop them here in 4 and the game's over. Y Central hands off up the middle. Almost an identical game to Gay City. It looks like they take it down to about the 4-yard line.
Of course, again, a big difference is they know they've got to score, so they've got 3 more plays. Whereas when we had the ball, if it came down to a 4th down, do you kick it or do you go for it? So,
correct.
Again, Y Central from the 4-yard line.
Mullins under center. He's got to be exhausted. Hands off around the end and untouched into the end zone. Number 23, C.J. Crabtree. So, now comes your question, Joe. What do you do?
How comfortable do you feel about kicking a football? That's, coach has got to go by his gut at this point.
Well, the other thing to think about, Y Central's had some trouble getting the snap off.
Yeah.
They muffed the last one and it worked to their advantage. Interesting to see what happens here. They are lined up to kick. And there's a timeout on the field. Looks like Y Central is going to think about this. These are the kind of things that would give coaches ulcers. If it works, it's yes, we made a great decision. If it doesn't work, they're going to be the scapegoats.
Well, that's, you just have to go with what do you feel the most comfortable. Of course, Y Central, we've not stopped them. We've not kept them 3 yards or shorter a lot in the second half.
That's a really good point. They've had a lot of success just running it straight off the tackle, pretty much right up the middle. They only need 3 yards.
3 yards to keep your season playoff hopes alive. And I think they're going to go for it. I think they've called timeout. I think they've made the play. And this is for the ball game. Y Central going for 2.
Everyone on their feet, both sides. And looks like Gay City's going to take. No, Y Central takes a second timeout.
Wait a minute. I don't think you get 2. I don't think you get 2. I could be wrong, but I don't think you get 2 in overtime. Nothing carries over.
Maybe they're playing with Norton rules.
Wow.
So I was under the impression there was one timeout also. You're the expert with Virginia rules, and you thought the same thing, though.
Yeah, I thought it was just 1 in overtime. Could be wrong. I mean, I made mistakes in my life. But anyway, talk about this exciting game. Few have went final. The game we thought would be the game of the night, not that much. Chilhowie doubles up Patrick Henry, 46-23. Again, Greenwood 61-3 over East. South, the clock is run out on the soil of North, 36-0 there. And again, Boone and Cherokee fighting back. It's 28-15. Here comes Y Central.
Here we go. Mullins is back in shotgun formation. Backs in motion. Handoff goes to him. Sweep to the right side. He falls across the goal line. Game over. Warriors win. That hurt.
That was...
He needed 3 yards, Joe. He got about 3.5.
Yeah, that's... they ran the sweep. They got on the corner. And unfortunately, Mack was not able to keep him out of the end zone, and